What's up, Buffalo Fanatics? This is Clay Troia here, back with another film session. Haven't done one of these in a little bit, but I figured the bye week would be a good time to jump into some film. Today we're going to be talking about Josh Allen. We're going to be talking about his footwork, some of the things that have changed from last year to this year, and it was actually Pierre, the Kingpin, who pointed this out to me, the main point that we're going to harp on here. He was the one that pointed it out, and he also made the comparison to one of the greats in the game, because he's doing that same thing as well. So stick around to figure out what that is, and let's get right into it. Let's start out with a play here. This is from week 1. This was kind of the first play really that kind of wowed me with Josh Allen. It was really the first kind of throw that I saw him make I said, wow, he was not able to do that last year. This was a really nicely laid out ball from Josh Allen here. He's able to put it out there. Stefon Diggs is able to go and run and get the ball. That's not something that we were really able to see from Josh last year, was kind of that touch pass ability. Now let's take a look at it from the other angle here. Watch his footwork here. Watch his footwork as he releases this ball. Look at that little jump pass there. It's like he's really kind of just letting it flow. And it's a perfect pass. Diggs catches that perfectly in stride, and it's really because he's just kind of feeling it out. He's not trying too hard to put it in a spot. He does leave Diggs out to dry a little bit. Diggs takes a bit of a knock there, but still a great pass. Next game, week 2. I mean, this is the same story. Diggs is coming across on the over route. Little bit of just a flick, He's just laying it out there, letting Diggs go and get it. That's what you can do when you've got a number 1 guy like Diggs. Watch his footwork again. See what he's doing with his feet. Drops back, just a little flick. That's all it takes. Let Diggs go get the ball. And it was a perfect pass, once again, right on the money. Diggs does not have to break stride. Perfect. Same game. This was a really good game for Allen. This was against a good defense. They were banged up in the secondary, and the Bills took full advantage of that. Here's another play. This is a deep ball. This is a really deep throw. Look at, he just lays it out there. Soft, casual, like he's been doing it his whole career. These are not throws that we're seeing from Josh Allen. Watch the footwork. Same type of thing. He's just flicking the ball. Really just kind of tossing it up. Watch the slow-mo on this one. Sitting back, just casual, and he's like almost fading away. Just kind of letting it fly. That's not something we saw him do. Super casual about it. And he ends up hitting Beasley on the money down the sideline. This is probably one of the most impressive throws. I would say this is the most impressive throw we've seen from Josh Allen this year, is this one right here. Watch this throw down the sideline. This is a beautiful pass. This is a long ball that is on the money right into Diggs' hands. And look at his footwork. He's in the air when he throws the ball. And look at it on the money. On the money to Stefon Diggs. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. And now let's go take a closer look at the footwork on this one. Watch as he jumps, and when he releases the ball, he's in the air. And he not only is doing this for a little bit of touch and to stop the overthrow, he's also doing it to protect himself from his guard who's falling at his feet here. That is incredible. He's in the air when he releases that ball, and this ball goes how far down the field? This was a long throw. That's just how powerful his arm is. He has to jump in the air to take power out of the ball because he's too strong. Great pass here. Really impressive stuff from Allen. In the air while he throws the ball. You really just don't. It's hard. It's hard enough for a lot of quarterbacks in the league to throw the ball with power. Allen's got so much power that he has to take some away in order to throw the ball accurately. And here it is again. It just looks like he's shooting a fadeaway. I mean, I feel like I should be yelling bang as Tyler Kroft catches this, because it's like he's just shooting a smooth fadeaway, and it's into the end zone for the game winner. Look at this. Just it's a short throw. Just lay it up. Let your guy go get it. That's something Josh Allen's never done. Now let's go take a look back for a little bit of context. Let's see what he was doing last year. This is a play It's fairly early in the season here, in his second season, 2019. He's trying to throw the ball deep to Aaron Rodgers, and that's the plan the whole way. The blocking scheme is set up that way, and he overthrows him by about 5 yards. It sails way into the end zone here. This is a huge throw, by the way. This is 72 yards in the air without breaking a sweat. But look as he comes around, he's rolling out. The blocking scheme is set up for him to throw from right there. And watch, he drives through his legs. He drives through that front leg, which gives him a little bit of extra power. You can see it here better from this angle. Watch as he drives up and through that ball, and it just flies. It sails because he's got so much power in that arm. And this is something that people, were concerned about as he was coming out of college. They knew that he had that big, strong arm, but could it be tamed? Was he able to get control of that power? And then here's another play. This is from week 2 of last season. Big overthrow. These are fast receivers he's throwing to. Aaron Rodgers, John Brown, these guys are fast. And he's overthrowing them by a solid 5 yards. And let's take a look. What's he doing with his feet on this play? Front foot, up, and he's driving through it. He's creating so much power out of that front foot. And he extends through that leg. And the ball sails, just like in the last play. One more play from this game. Same game here. He's going to roll out. This one's caught. This one is caught by Isaiah McKenzie, but he puts it on a line, and he puts it on a line with power. If he lays this one up, Isaiah McKenzie can probably go get that thing and keep running. He could probably make it into the end zone. That's what he's there for, get him the ball in open space. But instead, he drives through it. McKenzie has to go up, and he can't find his feet when he's coming down. Let's see it here. Drive through the ball, up and away, and the ball just sails a little bit. So let's go back. This is a long throw, just like those first two that we saw, last season, to Aaron Rodgers to John Brown. This is a long throw. Let's check out his footwork. This is from week 4 of this season in the Roomba. Rolls out, sets up, and he doesn't drive through that foot. He's hopping here. Hop. And the ball is deep down the field. It's not the greatest pass, accuracy-wise. Diggs does have to go up and make a good play on it. But that's what you do when you have a number 1 wide receiver like that who can make contested catches. You have to give him a chance. If he overthrows him by 5 yards there, that's a wasted opportunity. You have to be able to give Diggs a chance here. Watch this. Slow motion. Just a perfect little flick. And he still gets the ball 50 yards down the field. And there are other guys in the league that do this too. That do this little jump pass here that Allen's been doing. There are other guys that have a lot of power that need to be tamed just like this. And it's clear that Jordan Palmer and Josh Allen were in the film room this offseason figuring out how they fix the deep ball. How are they going to fix this deep ball here? This is how they did it, the little jump pass. So whose film were they watching then? Well, let's go take a look at Aaron Rodgers. This guy is a pro at the hop pass. Another strong-arm quarterback, but this guy knows how to throw with touch, and he has for a long time now. So this was a guy that they probably went to his film and said, well, what's he doing with it? He drives the ball down the field. Well, how is he taking power out of his throw and turning it into touch? He's doing the same thing. Look at the little hop. He's fading away from the ball. Little hop and fade. Beautiful ball. He lets his guy go get it. He's got a fast receiver, lets him go get it. Great with the hard count. Allen's got a pretty good hard count too. He just lets it go. Beautiful throw. That's why he's number 1. Put up that 1. Yeah, that's you. Here's another play. Down the sideline. Yep, rolls out. Let's see. Does he drive through that foot or does he fade away? Fades away. Does a little bit of a hop, gets that front foot off the ground. He's able to lay it out perfectly. And it's clear that this is what Josh Allen and Jordan Palmer were looking at. Let's take a look side by side. Here it is. The last throw we just saw from Rodgers. And on the right, we've got Josh Allen, the throw to Diggs in the Roomba. Look at side by side, the motion. Almost identical. That is almost an identical motion from these two guys. Point of release. Bringing the ball back. Quick release for both of these guys. Rodgers is even quicker than Allen's, which is impressive. But at the point of release there, their feet are exactly the same for the most part. That back leg's up a little bit. Look at that. I mean, that is almost picture perfect. And that's the thing, too, is the more that I've watched Josh Allen's film this season, the more I'm seeing Aaron Rodgers. And I'm not saying that Josh Allen is Aaron Rodgers, but he is taking elements of Aaron Rodgers' game and putting them into his, which is something that you need to do as a quarterback if you want to mature. You know, Jordan Palmer and Josh Allen were working on the deep ball this offseason, and it's paid off. But anyway, let's look at some of the things. Josh Allen's not perfect, so let's look at some of the things that he's been struggling with. And sometimes it's locking on to one receiver and making an ill-advised pass. And that's exactly what he does on this play. He really wants to get the ball into Diggs, and what happens? He almost throws an interception. This should have been a pick six, really. I mean, you know, Byard's holding his head here, and he should be, because this one should have been going back the other way. And you can see in Allen's eyes here, he's looking over a little bit. That's probably a decoy to try to get, 31 to go over that way. Comes back, that's the guy he wants to throw to. And that was read perfectly by 31 there. Reads it, Josh Allen does not see him there. He's getting a little bit of pressure. He's got a guy around his ankles here. But let's go back and take a look at who else is running routes here and if they're open. Look at Cole Beasley in the slot. Cole Beasley's running a wheel route, and right here, his man trips over Diggs. This is a perfect pick play. Beasley uses Diggs as a pick without Diggs even having to turn his body. And Beasley is going to be wide open down the sideline if you throw this ball right here. Instead, he feels a little bit of pressure, Allen does, in the pocket. And look at Beasley right now. That's an open man. Hit him down the sideline. Don't force that in underneath where it could get intercepted like it almost did. And now let's take a look at another play here that was not great from Allen. Another ill-advised throw. This one, he's throwing it to Diggs again. Diggs has the most targets in the league. Josh Allen likes to throw to him. But take a look at what's going on here. So Allen's dropping back. Right here, he wants to get the ball into Beasley. That's his guy right now. He's eyeing him down. He's probably trying to get that inside guy as well. I think that might be 31 again. He's trying to pull him inside so that it can open up that inside of the field so he can throw to Diggs. Diggs gets out there. He doesn't really turn in too much. He just kind of turns right around. That is a really long throw, air yards wise. He's throwing the ball essentially, 35 yards in the air, and he has to do it on a rope right there from the end zone. And that turns out to be a very bad decision. 35 is watching Allen the whole way. He knows exactly what's coming. And this is a 3rd and 9. I know there's a guy open underneath. Allen wanted to get the first down, but really, he should have just checked down here. He didn't really have anyone open. If he throws to Beasley here, it's a forced ball again, because right now he's not that open. The reason that 31 cuts to the outside is because he's reading Josh Allen's eyes. So he forces the ball, almost throws another interception. Josh Allen only threw 2 interceptions in this game. One of them was his fault and one of them wasn't. He could have easily had a couple more picks, just based on some of the bad throws that he made. This is a good play, though. I like this one from Allen. Just kind of something where he goes to his second read here. He doesn't like his first read, goes to his second, and throws the ball while he's shuffling out of the pocket here. It's a hard throw to make. Watch here as he wants his first read over there. He's looking over to Beasley. That's the guy who he wants to throw to. That's not there. So he rolls back, and then he says, hey, Davis is open over there. So I'm gonna throw it into him. Throws a little dart into there. Davis is open. Let's go back a little bit. He does actually look to Diggs first as well to see if that one's open. It's not. He sees the linebacker there. So then he goes over to Beasley and then says, oh, Davis is open. Cool. So that's actually his third read, I think, here. Watch as he drops back. He's going to look over there first. Diggs is the first read. He sees the backers there. He's going to give him trouble. Okay, let's go check out Beasley. Beasley's over there. Oh, he's not open either. Wait a second. There's Davis. And he did all that while rolling out of the pocket backward, too. Shuffle, shuffle. That's a hard throw to make. He's shuffling backward. That's what a guy with a strong arm can do. Here's another play. This was against the Chiefs. This was a bad weather game, but that's why the Bills drafted Josh Allen, to play in bad weather. And it's a similar situation here where Allen's getting flushed out. He's scooting back. This time, he's not trying to throw over the middle. He's trying to throw to the sideline. and the ball just ends up kind of sailing on him a little bit, and that's because his shoulders are not adjusted. He's had trouble with rolling out to the left so far this season. That's been one of his bigger weaknesses, but watch as he rolls out. Look at where his shoulders are pointing right now. They're not nearly enough to the outside to get the ball where he wants it to be. He does kind of do his little jump pass, but when he does it this time, he's really twisting his body. He wasn't doing that in the other throws when he was doing his jump pass. It was more of a comfortable little, he's already facing that way. This one he has to twist and turn, and it's not consistent with that same form he was using. And here's a deep ball. Here's a deep ball against the Chiefs, and he overthrows. He had Diggs. If he just puts the ball a little bit closer, that's a touchdown. Just let Diggs go and get it. Give him a chance. Let's watch his front foot. He's not really doing that same hop he was doing earlier in the season. He's kind of still driving through that right foot, or that left foot, excuse me. But, it's so minor, but because he still is putting power in through that foot, it's causing just a little bit too much power, and Diggs isn't able to catch up to it. Going into the Jets game, he had a pretty good game. I think, some things got lost in the game because, Croft fell over when he was on his way to the end zone. The Davis touchdown got called back. He played a pretty good game, Allen did. He made a couple ill-advised throws, but those are expected. You're going to have a couple bad throws every game. This was a good one because he wants to hit Beasley here. That's the guy he's looking at over the middle. But instead, he does a little pump fake, and he thinks better of it. And he goes out to the guy that covers Beasley. That's open because Beasley was getting covered. And that's Gilliam. So Beasley cuts inside. That little pump fake gets that linebacker. He's slipping. Now we see it over here. 46. I think that's the guy that he's trying to trick here. No, excuse me, it's 34. 34 down there. He's not on the screen here, but look, he's looking over the middle. Josh wants to throw to Beasley. Says, no, that guy's open. And it's a quick thought, too. It's Beasley, nope, Gilliam. That quick. His decision-making has been pretty crisp. Here's a play I put in just to remind everyone that Josh Allen is not a human. This man was built in a factory. Look at this throw. This should not be allowed. He is running, all his momentum is taking him toward the sideline. And yet he is able to contort his body, get his shoulders square enough to throw an absolute bullet right to the sideline for Diggs to catch. That is just not fair. Look at the power through that throw. I mean, not many guys in the league can make that throw. Allen's one of them, and, he takes advantage. That's why his rollout to the right is great. Here's another one. A great read here. He really wants to throw deep. He really wants to hit that deep ball here. He's trying early. You can see he's looking over a little bit to the left here at Diggs. He's trying to get that safety deep to come up. And then he looks deep after trying to get the safety, and he sees him going back. So what does he do? He says, nope, I'm going to go right down to the underneath guy because I know that since the safety's back, that guy's wide open. Goes right to him. That guy's Diggs, and he knows how to run after the catch. And it ends up being probably just as many yards as he would have got on the deep ball anyway. Diggs gets him inside the 5. So, it pays off when you make the right read and you make the right throw. Look at him looking deep, looking at Diggs, trying to get him to come up. Looks deep, not there. Back to Diggs. Really good read. He knows what the coverage is going to be, and he knows if one guy's covering, if one guy's covering the deep route, I know my underneath guy is going to be there. And now, against the Seahawks, we all know that he had a heck of a game. This one here is just another great read. He looks over to his first guy after the right, Diggs on the out route, looking over there, thinks about it, but he says, no, that corner's making a little bit of a break. I don't want to risk throwing that one. I'm going to go check out the other side. He's got John Brown. He knows he's coming on a comeback route. And since he's even, he said, yeah, I think my guy can win that route. He throws the ball, and the ball's out before John Brown turns around. So the placement, it has to be perfect there, and it is. Really good throw by Josh Allen. This is another good play. This is actually just a really good throw. He hits Gabriel Davis right in the window. I'm not really sure what the corner was doing on this play, But, Gabriel Davis up at the top of the screen here, he just makes a little move and gets past. Josh Allen throws a perfect pass into him. And Gabe Davis scores. It doesn't get called on the field, but he had the ball over the goal line here. Look at this pass here. Right in a tight window, right over that hand. Just drops it in the bucket. These are not the kind of passes we were seeing from Josh Allen last year. The amount of growth has been really, really impressive from Josh. This one's very similar to the throw against the Titans, where there's kind of a triangle of three guys that he's throwing between. With going to Stephon Diggs here. Same kind of a route, goes out, stops, and right here, the ball's already out, first of all, which helps a lot with not allowing this underneath man to make a break on it. Because he's got to cover the flat, and the ball's out right here, as he's still moving backward. And before against the Titans, he didn't have the ball out that quick, and that's what caused the pass breakup. So he knows who he wants to go to, and he hits his guy right out of the break. And that's something that, he threw a little too late against the Titans. You can see it here. He's going to look at him all the way. He knows who he wants. Right there, I got him. Bang. Throw it. He's got the arm strength to fit it into his own like that, and that's what you need to do. This one, not so good, and it's really, he just doesn't see everything that's going on. It's kind of like he's not fully understanding what the defense is doing and where he can exploit them on this play. So here he's locked on to Diggs pretty much the whole play. He wants to go to Diggs underneath here, but Diggs is double covered. So he's got to throw to someone else as he's moving up in the pocket here, or he's going to get sacked. So instead, he tries to go over the top. He's like, well, Diggs is covered. That means Knox is going to be open over the top. Throws a short pass, and that's trouble. You can't be underthrowing a deep route when you've got a guy running another route right underneath him. Patrick Peterson's going to sniff that out. He is a smart veteran. He's going to know that that's there. What really should have happened on this play, if Josh, kind of does his little jump pass fadeaway and puts the ball out here in the corner, Knox can go and get it. But instead, he underthrows in a bad area, and that's going to be trouble all day. You'll see it here how from this angle how his eyes are really locked on. As soon as he realizes Diggs is not there, you can see when he changes Diggs to Knox, he sees Knox and he's like, oh, he's open. But it's almost like he just forgot that Diggs is right there double covered and throws it in the same area. Kind of just a strange play. Football moves fast. So we can't really fault him for making some plays like this sometimes, but, he's had his struggles. But ultimately, he's made so many improvements in his game, and now he just needs to put it all together, play a little bit smarter, try to know what's going on, and he can get to that Aaron Rodgers level eventually. Like I said before, he's not at that Aaron Rodgers level right now. You can tell when you watch Aaron Rodgers film the level of calmness and patience that he has in the pocket. He really is very comfortable where he is. Josh definitely isn't there yet. You can tell he's still got a little bit of antsiness, a little bit of sugar rush Josh in there, and he definitely needs to have that maturity a little bit more before he reaches that level. But the way that he's been progressing from year to year, he's adding big parts to his game at a very fast rate. Not many quarterbacks are able to progress that quickly the way he has, especially when it comes to something like deep ball accuracy. So I think that it's really impressive the way that he's been able to work on himself in the offseason, which is why I think he has the potential to eventually get to an MVP level like that. So thanks again for watching. Shout out to Pierre for the idea here, and until next time, go Bills.